Yeah, here, immigration attorney, with a huge treat for everyone today. Today we're here with Joni Goodman, dog mentor to the stars of our lives. Today I want to talk to you about how dogs play a role in our everyday lives as professionals in this world, as humans in this world. We have to navigate the good times and the bad times. So, Joni is here today to talk to us about these beautiful creatures that we consider family. Thank you so much, Joni, for being here. Welcome.
Thank you, Bella. I appreciate being here. And I am Joni Goodman. I am blessed to be able to help dogs, work with dogs. I do a lot of volunteering work, and I had some of the best mentors so that I could continue to learn. And my goal is to make sure every dog has a home that is safe and a good fit for them.
That is such a great career, a great profession to be in. Joni, we've been talking all month about resiliency, getting through or preparing for maybe the darker times or more stressful times in our lives and getting through that in a healthy way. So, today I want to talk to you about, or I want to ask you questions about how dogs help us get through our lives, basically.
Dogs can help you in many different ways. It all depends on how much are you going to pay attention to their cues and pay attention to like what they're telling you. A cuddle, they can make you feel better, or pressure. We all know that pressure therapy helps us feel better. If you're holding a dog, depending on the size, you're going to get good pressure there. Um, because my 90-pound dog always loved to sit on my lap if I was having a bad day. And, 90 pounds, that's a good amount of pressure to refocus that brain. Um, they help you by being active. They help you even on your darkest days. You know that if they're barking because they have to go to the bathroom, if you don't get up and help them because they're telling you what they need, you're going to have a mess. So they make you, I don't want to say force, they encourage you to do what needs to be done, not to lay in bed and feel sorry for ourselves or because we had a bad day or whatever the case may be. They do give you the time, but when they feel it's time for us to get back up and join back into things, they'll let you know. And if we really listen to our dogs, we probably would be in a much better mindset as well as more physically active. And then we would see that we could get through the darkest times, no matter what it will be. It's going to be challenging, but they'll be there right by your side the whole entire time.
Absolutely. And they have a lot to teach us too about loyalty, right? They are there through thick and thin, no matter what. And they will love us. They will love us until the very end.
Absolutely. And in a rescue, I think I really saw how faithful they are. Watching a dog be dumped into a shelter or a rescue, just seeing them, they have their grief periods. I'm not going to say they come wagging tails and stuff, but yet when you go to pet them or play with them, they will show you love even though their owner just dumped them, walked away from them. They still will turn that around, usually rather quickly. Some take a little bit longer, but if you come in, I know a couple of times when I volunteered, I'm like, it's so hot, I don't want to be here, or whatever the thing may be. I'm having a bad day. By the time I leave there, I'm back to being upbeat. I've had fun. I've had cuddles from them. Dogs just seem to know really what we need. And if we pay attention, they get us out of it.
Definitely. Tell us a little bit within the family structure. Tell us a little bit about the role that you've witnessed a dog has.
We actually, and it's probably the dog that got me most interested in going further, is we rescued a dog. It was through my own rescue at the time. Had no clue what was coming up here. It was supposed to be a lab. And this dog got out when transportation arrived at my house. And I go, oh my goodness, she's beautiful. She just needs a little love and care.
Mhm.
And they go, that's your dog. And I'm like, that's not a lab. Was not a lab. As she got healthier and we got some fur on her, she was more of an American Husky.
Oh.
But that dog came up for a purpose. Our son has high functioning autism,
Mhm.
and she, as she adjusted to the house and adjusted to us, he became her person.
Mhm.
And she would sense if he was getting a little bit, and this is when he was younger, if he was getting frustrated or just aggravated because something wasn't working, or maybe I bought the wrong texture shirt because autism is very sensory situated. She'd go sit on him.
Mhm.
And I have to say, I just looked at her as a support, not only for him, but for me, because she knew exactly what to do, never was trained,
Mhm.
never went through a professional class, but she just knew how to calm him down, how to get him up and moving when he needed to do that. And I thought this dog probably was the best part of him growing up to be as successful as he is today and so independent that I really, when we first heard the diagnosis, you never know which way is it going to go.
Mhm.
And he went to college, he graduated, and now he's an engineer and he loves it. And say a lot of that is thanks to her.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Would you say that she was part of the family?
She was absolutely part of the family. And by the time he went to college, she was going to go with him. But
Mhm.
the college insisted that she would have to be in like the machinery classes. And we're talking huge machines.
Um,
And he was to the point at that time, he said, you know what? She needs to go home and be in a home. I don't want her in this loud building with the machines. And she was older at this time.
mhm.
And so that just showed me exactly how well she helped him get to that point. And she did come here. And of course, he would come home and visit her. But I just wonder, had she not been the dog that found our family, because she was not a lab,
Mhm.
where would we have been?
Yeah, yeah, I love that story so much. Thank you for sharing that. I have this belief that all dogs need a job. They
Yes.
need some kind of responsibility. And she adopted him, you adopted her, right?
Yep.
And she said, you know what? This is my human.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, she was a human mentor, right? Just like you're a dog mentor. She knew what this human needed in
Yep.
every moment. She was observing him, she was responding immediately. She didn't panic, right? I mean, you cannot find that kind of help very
No.
easily in the human world.
Nope.
Uh, that is amazing. I love that story so, so much. I consider dogs part of my family, part of my daily routine as well. Do you have any advice for families who are maybe looking for their dog for that special connection?
When you're looking for a dog, do yourself a favor and the dog a favor. If your family life is sedentary, you don't want a dog that has to be exercised or go on long walks or go on runs because that's not going to be a good fit. You need to look at dogs and research, like Labradors. They love to run, they're very active, they like to swim. Um, Pit bulls, I know a lot of people cringe when they hear that, have been the best dogs. I think in our house now we've had 3 or 4. They're mixed.
Mhm.
and they've been the best dogs. And so you have to make sure that the dog you get is going to fit your household. Like if you have kids and they're not at the point where they can be gentle, a small dog might not fit. Your child's not going to mean to hurt it, but if it goes to pick it up and picks it up wrong or whatever, it's an accident, but a small dog might not be the right fit. When you talk to the rescue, ask them the questions. Is this dog active? Is this dog sedentary? How is this dog with children? What age are they best suited for? Some dogs, 8 or 9 years old, they're pretty okay with.
Mhm.
Some dogs they'll take from an infant on. And you just really have to make sure you're a fit. And you can't just look at a dog and say, I want that one. Because if it's not going to match your household and it's not going to be due to something you planned on doing, but that dog's going to get sent back. And when they get sent back the second or the third time, chances of them getting another chance is really slim.
Absolutely, yeah. Blue healers versus maybe very calm senior dog, a calm lab that's 8 or 9 years old. Very different personalities right off the bat, the natural personality of that dog. Yes, it's very important to understand what you're getting into
Absolutely.
for yourself, for your family, and for the dog because they do have an emotional response.
And when you meet the dog, don't leave the one kid at home that you know are unsure as how it's going to be with the dog. Bring that child. Your whole entire family needs to be there. And are you going to instantly connect? Maybe not. But you're going to see what situations you may have. And it's both sides, the humans and the dog learning, okay, he doesn't like anybody coming back by his tail.
Mhm.
It's something simple as that. And if you train your kids, don't touch that area, everything will be fine. It's a process. And once the dog knows what he's okay to do and not okay to do, and our children know, it pretty much just meshes right together.
I agree. Yeah, rescues have all ages. So they have newborn puppies, maybe 5 or 6 month olds, senior dogs. They have all kinds of dogs. So if you need to see a mix, a variety of dogs before you settle on the one, that would be much better in the long run for everyone. I also know some rescues have 1 hour playtimes or foster to adopt type of
Yes.
programs. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Foster to adopt is one of the things that I really believe is best for everybody involved. Because this way, if you know you're fostering to adopt and something's not working, it's just not that you didn't try, not that you didn't give it enough time, not that everybody didn't work together. There's just something that's not a fit. And that's okay if you're fostering to adopt because the rescue will take that dog back and then work again. Now, any rescue that I have ever known or worked with or my own, I always took a dog back. It was part of the contract that if you could not handle your dog, you needed to give it back to the rescue. And I'm sure a lot of rescues out there would prefer you to give the dog back than to dump it somewhere. And the worst thing that, to me at least, is the people that can dump their dog on the side of the road and drive away.
Right. Yeah, that's highly irresponsible. It is a living creature that has its needs food, it needs shelter, it needs medicine sometimes,
Hmm.
and you're leaving it in a highly vulnerable position where a car or motorcycle or something can harm it. So,
Absolutely.
yes, do you know about how to take a dog to a shelter if they have to? If they
If you have to,
Mhm.
the first thing is be 100% honest. Don't say our child has allergies. but yet you've had the dog for 4 years. That could happen, but it's very slim. Be very honest and open with the shelter that you're giving the dog to. Are they nippy? Do they like to jump? Are they escaping from your yard? Let them know the real reason that you're giving this dog to the shelter or wherever you're giving it, please not the side of the road, so that they know what type of family to look for. And if you're honest, that gives that dog a higher chance to get a second chance at having a home. Dogs, we have the opportunity to find what matches us. But I also say we have the same commitment to a dog as we would our children. We don't leave them on the side of the road because we can't handle them anymore. We work it out. And so if you can, it's best to work it out with the dog. If you have to have somebody help you, then do that, because dogs sometimes, if they're returned and they really felt home with you, they're going to shut down and it's going to become harder to be adoptable.
That's right. So tell us a little bit about what you do and what kind of services you offer and how you help families get through these maybe difficulties or new trainings that need to happen between human and dog.
I am always happy if a family is thinking about getting a dog. I would love to do a one-on-one session, and we would go over, like, what are your family's activities? Do you travel a lot? Everything that you need to take into account for getting a dog. And then I'll suggest different breeds that would fit that family's activity level, the time they're away from home, the kids that they have. I like to help families when they are adopting a new dog to, meet with them in a park one on one. What can we do? How can I help share my experience with you and your family so this dog is at its forever home? I really pretty much will help any family out there to keep that dog in its home and not back into a shelter.
That is fantastic. So here we have, for everyone listening, the QR code. If you take a picture of this QR code, it will take you straight to Joni's Calendly link, and you can schedule. You'll see her calendar there, and you can schedule an appointment for this one-on-one session, which is free.
Free.
Free as a service to our communities, our dog communities, people who might be having trouble training their dogs or maybe just interacting with one person in the family. Joni can go in there and make an assessment, or pre adoption. If you want to know what kind of dog would best fit your family, Joni's more than happy to have that conversation with you. Joni, thank you so much for your words and your inspiration. Do you have any closing thoughts for those of us who are looking for a dog or who might need to adjust to a work life type of balance?
I would just say, please reach out. Even on Facebook, send me a message. My first and top goal is to make sure we can get families and dogs to work out. And as I mentioned earlier, our latest adoption we knew was going to be a struggle. We still took him on, and we did foster to adopt, which we were never going to give up on him. And I ask, before you think about dumping your dog, reach out to me. Let's talk. Let's see, can we come up with a solution so that dog can stay at home?
Yeah. Do you accept calls or appointments nationwide?
If you want to Facebook message me, please do that. I will answer, and then we can either hop on a Zoom. It depends on the situation. I understand some families are really to the point where they're going to the shelter right now, and I'd like to have a conversation before you do that.
Okay.
And otherwise, yes, my calendar link, go ahead and schedule in a time and we'll meet together.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Joni. I really appreciate you being here today. I hope we can talk to you again. If you have any other topics that you would love to talk about, I would love to have you on here again.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Sure. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for watching, and I appreciate your time here today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And if you need to talk about dogs, if you have any dog problems, please reach out to Miss Joni Goodman. All right. Thank you so much.